People, what is going on? It has been a long 2 months. Today is March 4th, 2026, and I feel like my year is literally just starting. I know. Crazy, 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 crazy. Golden Knights just had an incredible comeback against the Detroit Red Wings. Awesome. But I got better news. I got bigger news. The eye patch is coming off. That's right. I know some of you are thinking, why is there an eye patch? That's right. There is an eye patch because I had a detached retina in late December, just out of the blue. Crazy. I didn't have any kind of traumatic moment. It wasn't, in a fight. I don't do MMA. I wasn't in a car accident, just out of the blue, probably from watching too many Raider games, I guess. Something like that, it seems. That's probably the most traumatic thing that happened to me in 2026, but I guess that was it. But anyways, today is day 70-ish, and I finally can basically go comfortably without that. I've also had a liquid gas bubble put into my eye, which has been fully absorbed by the body. And so now I can really see, not clearly, but see without that. Quick backstory, a vitrectomy, which is what they call when they repair your retina, is when they take all of the jelly-like substance out of your eye, the vitreous humor. They basically use two probes, go in the eyeball, suck it all out, clean it all out. Then they use a laser to basically attach or reattach the retina to the back of the eye. Then they fill that void, that eyeball, with a liquid gas, which basically acts like a cast, holds the incision in place, and then you have to lay on your stomach for about 10 to 15 days, whatever the doctor recommends. I was on a 12-day thing. I had to lay on my stomach, head down to the right, essentially for 12 days, or about recommended at least 50 to 55 minutes of every hour. No moving around, no quick jerky anything. You can't fly, you can't travel, can't really change elevation very much from where you're at locally. They don't want you, taking trips up to Mount Charleston or anything like that. Just kind of keep where you're at for those 12 days. Go see the doctor. He gives you a bit of a checkup. Then you come in after that about 20 days later. Then you another 30 days, and another 30. I'm looking for my second of 30-day checkups come March 26th. But again, the bubble is out of the eye. When you have the gas bubble in your eye, well, first of all of it's hard. The gas bubble is basically like looking through, like looking at an object that's in a swimming pool. It's very wavy, whatever have you. Initially, it's so blurry you can't see anything. But what happens, the bubble starts to get smaller, and for some reason you can start seeing through that a little bit, but you're also seeing above it. So as it's going down, you're starting to see above it, because as the body absorbs this bubble, that gel-like substance, the clear gel, is starting to be redeveloped by your body. So you start having like a double vision. But there's more. You still have this eye, so you can see what this eye sees. So you kind of have a triple vision. At least that's what I had. So it's been quite difficult. Matter of fact, I still cannot read, which is very annoying. I can read a little bit, but I really can't do any extended kind of reading. And I mean, after a couple paragraphs, I started to get nauseous, started to get dizzy. So some YouTube headlines and just kind of watch videos or listen to stuff. That's about it. But that's why I was wearing the eye patch so much, because I got much more comfortable just looking out of one eye than versus a double vision. I even got halfway decent at driving with one eye. I even went back to bartending about a month ago. There were not a lot of hockey games at T-Mobile Arena for me to bartend, so probably to my benefit. So I was able to come back kind of slow, as well as I've been bartending for 30 plus years, so I can probably bartend blindfolded, truthfully. But anyways, that's what's going on. This eye is still pretty red. This eye is normal, although oddly enough, I actually had an issue with this eye. I had a retinal vein occlusion, which basically means a vein in the retina, or a retina vein in this eye was not taking enough blood away. Arteries bring blood in, they nourish the eye. Veins take out the unoxygenated air or blood and the process. Anyways, so they're having to do something to get that vein to start working better, or the other veins around it to start working more. So, needless to say, my vision's been crappy. I also lost like 13 pounds during this whole process because I think I've been a little like, down, depressed, whatever, just kind of out of it, not eating anything, and just really like, just kind of feeling bad or feeling like, whatever, crappy, bored to death. And I tend to eat, I like food, but not so much like, like I want, like, so much food. I just like to try different interesting foods. I mean, I tend to more of an adventurous food eater than like a ravenous food eater. But anyways, yeah, I've not been doing anything, just kind of hanging in there. I've literally been eating Lunchables. I know it sounds crazy, but I just bought a bunch of Lunchables because they're easy enough to grab from the fridge and, snack on one of those and call it good till the next day or till whenever. But that is being said, what's new other than that? Give you a quick rundown. I don't want this thing to drag out too much. Other than that, I want to basically, restaurant-wise, what's going on for 2026, because my year is about to start, people. It's about to get going. It's going to be on. No more brick and mortar restaurant. So that's out. No more space at the arena. I don't have a space there either. That's out. What I am doing is full-time barbecue sauce production, in the middle of getting the sauce, in the middle of a shelf stabilization testing, and then from there we get on to and that's part of basically seeing what kind of preservatives you need and how much and so on to create like a 6-month to 12-month shelf product. So that's what's going on there. And then really start final ingredients, final formulas, those kind of things, so we can start with our co-packer in the process of getting our product. Initially, restaurant distribution. Step 2, large box. That's Costco, Winco, Sam's Club kind of thing. Step 3, hand-to-hand combat. What I like to call hand-to-hand combat, which is the regular retail experience, regular Walmart, Kroger, Vons, Smiths, that kind of stuff on the Winn-Dixie and whatever stores in the southeast part of the country. That's basically where we're going with that. I'm also going to hopefully, once we get the ball going a little bit, be able to start sponsoring some barbecue events, or at least showing up at some of these events, and basically partnering with a lot of social media barbecue chefs online to try the product and see what they think and kind of get more notoriety. Personal standpoint, pretty much back to being Lloyd the Realtor. I've always been Lloyd the Realtor, but with the restaurant, you guys know, last 5 years, I've not done nearly as much real estate as I would like to have or should have. So back to being Lloyd the Realtor. That is going to basically be, you're going to notice more of that, because I'm going to start really more of an online presence. I just haven't had I've wanted to, but I haven't had the time to really do a lot of online because the restaurant. So starting a bit of a YouTube channel, which is going to be primarily real estate, mixed in with a little bit of what's happening around Vegas, current events, and then some wild card stuff. I'm going to basically show you not just homes in Vegas, but things in Vegas, like, celebrate Vegas a little bit. One thing I noticed laying in bed, that kind of thing, is there are a lot of shows or people's podcasts, people's YouTube channels just dedicated to how horrible Vegas is. And I'm like, I live here. I've been here since '97. I almost feel like I was born here. I've been here so long. And I tell you, last I checked, Vegas is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, there are some things in this town that are way too expensive. There are things in most towns that are way too expensive. But there are things in this town that are affordable and things in this town that are cheap. I'm going to show you a little bit of all that kind of stuff. Again, Vegas isn't perfect, but all this doom and gloom, Vegas is dying, nobody wants to go there. It's crap. It's BS, man. That's people just trying to get clicks. Man, if Vegas wasn't that interesting, you wouldn't have all these channels all about Vegas. I'll tell you that right now. And there's some great stuff. And my main motivation is I met a great guy out here. You guys probably seen his channel, Brandon in Vegas. He actually works at my real estate office. And man, he's like just a really fun guy. And watching his channel and how he basically celebrates Vegas and shows you a lot of the good and bad and so on and so on. I'm going to basically follow a bit in his footsteps. And just bring you Vegas from an old guy perspective, or a perspective of someone who actually enjoys going out. That's another thing I noticed. A lot of people who are doing videos about going out and doing stuff are people who don't look like they go out very much, or like, man, they're just like, I don't know, no style. I'm going to show you how have a good time in Vegas, with some style, but you ain't got to break yourself. I mean, you can go out, have a good time in this town, do a lot of stuff, on, reasonable dollar. And of course, you can spend a lot of dollars if you want, but you can certainly have a good time without breaking the bank. I'm going to show you all about that here in Vegas. And of course, homes, what loans, seasonal things to do at your home. But we've got a wild card. Because again, we're still bartending too, but the wild card is my good friend Kathy, and she probably hates me right now because I've been completely MIA, but back in the game, her and I are starting a wall printing business, digital wall printing, printed wall murals. Why, what, how, who, when? A wall mural. Think about someone coming out, putting a mural on your wall, but we have a machine which basically prints photo quality images on your wall up to about 12 feet high, as far right to left as the wall will permit or the flooring will permit. Love to show you what we're going to do. I'm probably going to try to include a couple videos at the end as far as what a digital wall printer looks like, but we're going to partner with local artists, local photographers, to basically trying to find a way to get some of their works to you. And again, partner with, we're not looking to, take over, we're looking to partner with people. We offer a service. We're going to basically try to find a way to get their works on your wall, as well as some of your original works if you have. Like say you've got a company logo. We'd love to come out and be a nice, option, to an actual muralist, or an option to vinyl and those kind of things. So again, we're looking to see where we fit in and basically offer this. And again, it's primarily a commercial product, but we definitely have the option to do it at people's homes. And again, we can print on drywall, of course. We can print on wood. We can print on stucco. We can print on cinder block, glass. I mean, just a ton of different substrates we can bring this product to. So at the end of this video, I'm going to include a couple videos of what we're doing there. So look for express wall murals coming your way. Of course, you can come see me at T-Mobile Arena, bartending Golden Knight games. Love to get you some Louis XIII. Who couldn't use a little Louis XIII? And of course, real estate. And you and I are going to be on a Vegas adventure, learning and enjoying Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson, Boulder City, all these areas in and around this great Vegas Valley, and showing you why Vegas is still one of the great places to live and visit. Talk to you soon. And again, thank you so much for all the people who have been, checking in on me, sending me little texts and stuff. Hey, how you doing? What's up? And this and that. I am alive, ready to go, excited. Again, it's March 4th. It's 2026. It's about to get on. I think I need to have a better slogan than that. What rhymes with 6? 2026 gonna be in the mix? Something like that. I'm going to have to work on that. But anyways, let me give you one look at the eye, or a better look. See, it's still pretty red. I know, crappy. This one's better, although you can see where I got a shot in my eye from the doctor last week. But this one was crazy. As you can, I'll show you some of the pictures. Crazy blood, gory red. So it's way, way better, but I'm looking forward to that getting better. One thing I have noticed, man, not only is my goatee white, and I'm getting plenty of white hair in my mustache, I've got plenty of white hair in my eyebrows, and now I've got white hair in my eyelashes. Goodness gracious. I mean, the amount of white hair that I have is crazy. I did just skipped right over gray, went from black to white. Crazy with this hair. I'm starting to look like Colonel Sanders if I stayed in the food business any longer. Shoot. Anyways, hope you are doing great. Looking forward to, again, seeing you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.